Hello. So we are here with Danielle today, and we are going to do a medium reading. So who are we calling in today?
Oh, I would like to call in my grandmother. So on my dad's side. Do you need her name?
No, as soon as you started talking, I started hearing a J name, but normally names are not a part of what I do.
Okay.
It's more about just information, but she's telling me something, a J something is coming through. Is that ringing a bell at all?
My aunt's name starts with J, so one of her daughters.
Is she struggling right now? Long dark hair?
No, she is blonde. She probably is struggling. She has lots of things going on in her world.
Long, straight, dark hair keeps
Hmm.
getting shown.
Hmm.
Almost looks like Cher. Like,
Oh my goodness, I can't think of anyone with long dark hair.
okay, why are you showing me that? She's saying she had long hair when she was young. But why is that?
Hmm.
What are you wanting to connect with her for?
Um, I think the biggest would just be two things. Like, one, does she think like I'm on the right path? I'm doing the right things? Like, how does she feel about that? And then the second is like, does she know my daughter?
Okay. So let's feel into the path. What she's showing me is that it's windy and has been really treacherous.
Mm.
Is it feeling like an uphill battle? Like there's never going to be a downhill?
Not really. It's definitely been windy.
Mhm.
And I think taking different paths, I think I have a lot of different things, right? And trying to pull them all together sometimes feels daunting.
Okay, that's kind of it's this cresting, but there's like,
Yep.
you just can't quite get to the
Yeah.
top of it. It's like,
Yeah.
there, wait,
Yeah.
it's just another, it's like, you think you're at the top and then it's like, there's more to
Yeah.
go. He's showing me that kind of energy. There's like something you're ignoring because like, so I'm seeing this mountainy road, but over here there's like a water slide to the bottom. There's like
Hmm.
this other path that is just like whew, that's almost too fast.
Okay.
Are you trying to take the shortcut? It's like, is there, here's what it is. It's almost like, but if you don't take the path and you get in that thing, like you're going to be so far from where you want to be that it's like, yeah, it'll be easy, but it's
Okay. Yeah. I
not right.
don't, yeah. I don't think I'm taking the shortcut, but I feel like sometimes I might want to,
Okay.
if that makes sense.
That's kind of what is
Yeah.
like, I want that easy way, but she's showing me like the easy way takes you off the path.
Okay.
It's too, she's like, you're trying to bypass the experience and the adventure to get to that end goal, and so much of the juiciness that you're here to experience is in the adventure,
Okay.
is kind of what she's telling me. She's thinking it's hard instead of an adventure, and it's like, just change that viewpoint.
Okay.
And it's not, then she's like, see, that's the point, she's not supposed to get to the top, there's nowhere to get to. You're doing it, it's about the ups and the downs and the turns, and which road do I get to take, and where will it lead me. Ooh, I've got a lot of goosebumps, far more than the actual path. It's just your perception of it. She shows me like your perception is like a four-wheel drive impassable road that you have a vehicle that'll get there, but it's going to be
Mhm.
fucking hard and rough, and And
Yes.
she's like, no, 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 no. Like, first of all, she might be making the path harder. You're taking the hard road. She's like, there's a middle road, but in order to, you're not looking at the middle ground in the way that can be balanced. You're either like the hardest way or you want the out. And there's a middle road that can make life easier.
Mm.
Into your daughter, I just get a lot of sadness, but that feels like it's your sadness that she
Mm.
wasn't here to have that experience with you. She's showing me a lot of green. I hear the word lime, but I'm seeing a darker green.
Mm.
What would that have to do with her daughter? What is she telling me about? Is your daughter a dancer?
Nope.
No.
Well, she might want to be. She's only not even 4 yet, so.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Because the green kind of turned into like sequins, like a dance costume. She's showing me like dressing up and stuff, like a performer. Like she's a natural born performer.
Oh, yep.
Yeah. The limelight. She want the limelight. That's the green, I think. She's like, she wants to be in the limelight. She wants to be the star. Does she put on concerts?
Oh, in the living room, yes.
Yeah. She's like,
She's right
I'm
into
there.
singing.
Yeah. She comes in and watches that. Yes. Your daughter sees her, communicates with her. You see her playing with her and stuff.
Yeah, she plays in the hall and she talks a lot. Um, and I don't think it's always to her dolls.
Nope. It's your grandma. She's like, she sees me. I don't know why she thinks that I don't know her daughter. He's like, and she knows when she walks by and hears it, you know it, but you almost excuse it. It feels so natural. And then you're like, wait, and then your brain kicks in. There's like this, oh, she's talking to grandma energy. And then you're like, wait, you can't talk to that. Wait, this is ridiculous. This is no. And then you like talk yourself out of what you know.
Yeah.
See, now she's showing me flowers, but so many do. So now I'm like, but why are you showing me flowers? Do you take them with your daughter to her grave? Do you guys is there a ritual that you have at all with the flowers?
Do you know what kind of flowers they are?
What I'm seeing is like purple, like light purplish, almost like wildflowers. It's kind of just a collection. No. Clusters of small light purple flowers.
So my daughter's name is Lily Rose.
Okay. That kind of makes sense then, yes. Okay. Did she recently get a bicycle? I'm picking up a bicycle, tricycle
This
or something.
this summer she did. She doesn't ride it, knows how to ride it yet, but she did. This summer we got her a bike.
It's almost like, is she interested in the bike? Because it's almost like she'd rather be on a trapeze.
Yes,
Like,
she has zero interest in her bike.
yeah, she's like,
Yeah.
she's not, is she
No.
into art too?
Oh yeah, she loves drawing, she loves painting, she loves crafts and
Yeah. She's showing me like she's a little butterfly that just like flutters over to what she loves and flutters to something else. And she's just got this lightness about her as she just flutters through life. Um, she's showing me that she may have a hard time in school. What I see is a net come over her when she has to go to school. that fluttery nature will get caged. And she's like, she just needs to dance. She needs to dance and do art and be free. And she needs to be able to be. She just keeps saying something alternative, something alternative, something alternative, like alternative type of schooling or something, like
Okay.
think outside the box. Do you have other questions or specific questions about your daughter?
No, like everything you said was just so accurate. Like I do kind of worry when she goes to school because she's in daycare now, but it's a lot of like play and like that kind of stuff. And so I fear that having that more strict structure is going to be a challenge for her. So it's really interesting that that came up because she'll go in the 4-year-old program in the fall. And so I've thought about that and like how that is going to impact her. So that's really interesting that that kind of popped up.
I keep hearing Montessori.
Okay.
Like my brain is going, well, what about Waldorf? Because my kids are in Waldorf. And she's like,
Yeah.
no, look for Montessori.
Okay.
That's going to be, she like shows me her, that's fascinating. It's like in Montessori, she can be a butterfly or a bird or a deer, or it's like she won't be limited. She'll be limited if she tries to fit into the box that society puts kids
Yep.
in public school.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
She's like, if she's like, she'll survive, like public school would, she would
Right.
survive, but the light will decreasingly fade from her eyes. It's like she'll be on a dimmer switch. And by the time she's an adult, she will be gray. She'll have no color
Yep.
left, like nothing.
Hmm. I think another question for her may be, will the relationship between my father and his sisters ever, like, does she know what's going on? I guess would be my first question.
So there's a massive, like, it's like a tornado, but it's another storm around the tornado. It's like, it's really complex.
Mhm.
And then it feels like it's also really deep. So the tornado is so strong that it's like carved a hole in the ground kind of thing, with this like storm going on, but there's an energy that whatever, something's holding it there, like somebody's orchestrating kind of all of the drama.
Mm.
There's kind of like she says gatekeeper, mastermind, the puppet. There's somebody, it's like somebody's kind of playing everybody else.
Okay.
Or but they're doing it from like underground. It's like, no, it's like all superhero-y. So it's like whoever it is in the hole causing the tornado, but trying to hide out from it. And like the ultimate victim.
Mm.
And then it's just, there's all this battling going on. What is the answer? So I see a little girl. I don't know if it's yours, but I see like there's all of this craziness. And then way over here, like on this plateau, is a small girl on her knees with a single flower and like this beam of light coming down on her. And she's just like sitting there, kind of almost like a praying, like just waiting for everything to calm. That might be you. Are you, there's It's like you're trying to bring healing. It's the praying and the good energy and the constantly trying to, it's like if I can just stay over here and I can stay okay, hopefully that can stop. And it's just this like, I just have to stay here. I can't.
Yeah.
I love them and I want that to work out, but I have to be here.
Yeah.
She's showing me that she's shining that light down on you and that that's your job, is to just take care of you. She says there's a war going on in there that you don't understand and that you can't stop.
Mm.
She says it's just got to play out. Was this going on when she was still alive? I'm feeling like she's like, I tried so hard to stop that now that I'm gone, I see the battle has to be played. It just has to be played out.
Yeah, I think there was probably some of it when she was alive. And I think when she fell ill, um, the girls did things. And I don't even, she's right. Like, I don't know everything, right?
Yeah.
And so I think my aunts did things that my dad had no idea about. And I always question, is that what my grandmother really wanted? Because she wasn't in her right mind at the end.
That makes sense. It's just that, and that confusion is still brewing, and everything that started then just got worse.
Yep.
Just got worse. She was kind of a bit of a controller in the best, sweetest way, but she really liked to be kind of in charge. And that's part of the problem, was she was trying to be in charge and then trying to be in charge and then trying to be in charge. And it left all of these people fighting for that control. And that's part of it. And so she's just kind of hanging her head like, if I hadn't tried so hard, I might not have pushed them all to that point. Like that energy of, if I hadn't pushed so much, I wouldn't have pushed them all into each other, kind of thing. And she's just like, but now it's got to play out. I can't.
When will it end?
Yeah. And she's like, I don't know. And that's why she's trying to like shield you. And there's other family members too, that it's like, when I look, it's like you're there, but there's like this, the ledge has these other family members, more extended family, and everybody's just kind of standing on the edge like, hey, do you guys know what to do? Hey, can we help? Hey, can anybody, maybe all together we can do. And then it's just like, oh, that's a really big battle happening out there. It's this vast fight. I mean, like, if I could turn this, I mean, it'd make a great movie. It's so elaborate, and there's these clashes happening, and then there's everybody else. And she's just like kind of shielding everybody, like, just let it go. Don't take it on. You guys be okay. They'll come out. They come out and they'll be able to interact with everybody, and then they go back in. And it's like, you just have to
Yeah.
allow the battle to be
Okay.
waged.
Mm.
She's like, it's frustrating. I know.
So frustrating.
She's saying, because it's painful to see your family hurting. It's painful to see those kinds of things happening. You're learning a lot from your perspective, though. And you're learning a ton about boundaries. And these are things that your daughter is watching that you don't even understand is being helpful for her. Just witnessing how you respond to everything is huge. She's like, this is the path for you. And which brought me back to the path. And there's sometimes you're not in a vehicle, sometimes you're mountain climbing. And that's part of the adventure. Do you have, it's almost like there's like writing a book, and then there's this where there's kind of like these side adventures where you're like, oh, I'm gonna get off the road and I'm gonna go scale that mountain this way, and then I'll have a ride waiting for me at the top. I'm just gonna take this other funky cool route and then pop back over into the stream of things.
Yeah, I think sometimes there's little detours that I take, but I have my main path. But
Yeah,
yeah.
the detours are good. She's like, they're fun. They're part of the event. They keep you in the adventure. They keep you remembering that it's an adventure, because it's like you get to kind of break the norm and go do what you want. There's that rebellious, but then you're like, oh, but it just got me farther and it's good. So, okay, kind of failed the rebellious part because it's successful, but you're doing it differently. So it just reinforces that when you do something that kind of defies the norm, you're right. It's right for you. Any other questions?
I can't think of any. Those are probably the big ones.
Okay. Is there anything that you want Danielle to know? Do you and your daughter have like tea time? Do you guys do tea parties?
Not really. She likes to cook me food, so yeah, on her kitchen. So
Okay. She's
yeah,
showing me food. Do you teach her to cook yet?
yeah, she'll cook things with me. Yeah,
I feel like your grandma's really with you guys when you do that. And so, like, if you're just wanting to kind of feel close to her, cook something with her and pay attention. Watch your daughter, because she'll just start talking to her, start doing something, or respond to her in this. Start to
okay.
trust that, because she's saying you can do the same thing. You can hear her too. You can communicate with her just like your daughter is. You just have to trust it, and you can do that by watching your daughter. She's like, that's so funny. She hasn't wrapped the yarn around her head yet and covered her face. So she's like showing me like yarn, wrap, right? Covering it up like a mummy, but with yarn specifically, like all these layers across your eyes. And she's like, your daughter hasn't done that yet. So she doesn't have all that yuck on her. She still knows that it's okay. She can talk to me. Use her trust to find yours. She's saying you may actually be hearing her voice rather than like internally, like in your head hearing it. She's saying you're hearing her voice like from the other room.
Okay.
And listen, you're not crazy. She's like, she
Okay.
will think that if she hears my voice, she's making it up and she's going insane. You're not. You'll out of your right ear, listen in your right ear and see if you, yeah. She's like, in the beginning, it's going to be distant. It'll either sound like it's in the other room or like a whisper behind you. But she's like, it's something, and it's part of the tuning in. She's like, I want her to go, wait, what? And start to lean in. And that leaning in is going to help you start to develop your ability to communicate with her in a different way. Okay. And shoot for the stars and gaze at the stars and count the stars. And like just the stars, just aim for the stars. And I think what she's saying is not just try to do the best all the time, but all of it. Take it all in, enjoy all of it. The sky's the limit. Like, use it as a inspiration, a point of reference that the sky's the limit. Everything's possible. Everything's possible. There's no green car.
Oh, nobody I know has a green car.
You're not in the market for a new car?
Nope. Oh, I've always wanted a lime green Jeep.
Yep. That's okay. There. Yeah. Yep.
I don't even think she knew that.
Well, she knows and she did. You
Right.
just didn't tell her. You
Right.
didn't tell her body while it was still here. But that's what she's showing me is a very much a green car. Keep it a possibility.
No, my husband will hate that. He's like, that's so ugly.
He doesn't have to drive it. And it makes
Right.
you, she's like, it makes her happy. Why would she care?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then she's like, that's the shoot for the stars. Do what she wants. Make your wish and allow those wishes to come true.
Mm.
Hmm. Any last questions?
No, that was perfect.
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Grandma.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're going to go ahead and end the recording. Thanks, everybody.